Yo, let's talk about everybody's golden child right now, the call, okay? And I'll be honest, yo, this is my golden child too. There's no telling where I would be without this beauty of a sidearm, especially navigating some of those really difficult parts doing the legendary campaign solo in some instances. Bungie, I'm talking to y'all right now. If y'all think about nerfing this thing in any capacity, I will personally fly to Bungie's headquarters, find somebody, and I will kick them in the shin, and it'll hurt, but I won't kick them too hard because I'm not that type of individual. But somebody getting kicked in the shin because, yo, this thing right here is incredible, and it is perfect with where it is in today's sandbox. So keep that in mind here, but I digress. Let's talk about this baby a little bit here, all right? I want to talk about the role I have specifically because this is the only role that I've really been experiencing, and I vibe with it to the highest degree, all right? So on this role in traits, or excuse me, columns 3 and 4, I'm rocking subsistence and adrenaline junkie, all right? Love adrenaline junkie just because every time I kill somebody, I go ahead and add another stack, and it's really easy to do so with the call. Love subsistence because I rarely ever have to reload this thing at all, because every time I defeat somebody, it's pulling ammo from the reserves. I always have a full mag after I wiped a ton of ads, like always. I rarely ever have to reload unless I'm fighting a mini boss or a boss and I'm just trying to empty out the clip on them, you know what I mean? Column 2, I have high ordnance explosive. Don't really know if this is meta or not. We'll be fully transparent with you here. I just like the increased blast radius and then have confined launch right here, okay? And for those that are unaware of what the call is, by the way, I almost got ahead of myself here. It's a rocket assisted frame sidearm. So it's a sidearm that fires a self-propelled rocket and the projectiles explode on impact for a high damage, all right? And again, truth be told, I don't know if this would be considered a god roll, a goat roll, or whatever you want to call it, but all I know is I had to crush this thing throughout the legendary campaign, again, through some of those instances where I was running through some parts solo, and this thing was a lifesaver. Now, when it comes to the call, this beautiful thing just does so much right that I truthfully feel like it can do no wrong. You need to clear out ads at the click of a button. Boom, boom, you got it, right? You need to administer a crap ton of damage to mini bosses or bosses alike with the opportunity to scale that damage due to the traits activating, man, without a doubt. As you all seen, I'm rocking Adrenaline Junkie, but you can also get things like Vorpal, Desperate Measures, Golden Tricorn, Multi-Kill Clip, you name it. No matter what box you need checked, this thing will check that box and it will hold you down without a second thought. And then too, this thing has the nerve to be easily accessible. I mean, yo, what's up with that? Actually, I don't mind that. So that way everybody can get their hands on a good call roll, or they can go ahead and craft it once they get all 5 patterns, because this baby is craftable. So go ahead, collect those patterns and craft the roll of your dream. I can't tell you enough how helpful this archetype of sidearms are when it comes to PvE content. I can't stress it enough. Now, when it comes to PvP, I don't think these things do a lot, but hey, that's not why the Traveler gave us this beauty, Now, when it comes to building around this baby, I often find myself running double special weapons right? I'll equip a sniper rifle in that energy slot or whatever can help me in those long-range engagements. And if it's not a sniper, then I'll rock a strong pulse rifle like Graviton Lance or this Elsie's rifle that I love utilizing, or a scout rifle, just anything of that nature, Really anything that can get the job done. Since the reserves for this sidearm are so huge, it makes double special weapons a breeze to run, and in most cases a more viable option because you can drop a ton more damage on the opposition. And that's even before getting into things like strand reserves and whatnot, Now, when it comes to drawbacks, I honestly can't find any, Now, if I'm being like uber critical, maybe the lack of precision damage could be considered a drawback. Like when you're fighting tormentors or subjugators that have gone Super Saiyan 3 already, and when you need that precision damage, this thing is not going to be the thing to really be utilized, or it's not going to be the most viable, But at the same time, that's why you are rocking a sniper rifle with it, a strong pulse rifle with it, a good scout rifle with it in that energy slot, or linear fusion in the heavy slot, right? You're using those precision weapons for enemies like that, right? You're not using the call, but the call is going to be utilized for just about everything else, So if you would call that a drawback, yeah, that is its one drawback. But outside of that, like that's that's such a minor drawback in my opinion, you know. Again, I'm subjective to that, so if you disagree, it's all good, it's all love. But again, I'm just not finding much, right? I'm reaching for that. I'm really reaching. Oh yeah, another drawback could possibly be if you try to use this in PvP, right? Like I took it into PvP just trying to get one of those Pathfinder nodes done, and just ain't really get the job done. But again, that's okay. Like I'm not expecting this to be a PvP behemoth. You know, if it was, I know Bungie would probably erase it out the database by tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe it is nasty in PvP. At least it wasn't in my hands. You know, hey, it is what it is. Either way, with this all being said, I have to repeat this. Bungie, please do not nerf this baby. Please, please, please don't nerf it. I actually find these rocket-assisted frame sidearms to be perfect in today's sandbox. Again, as I mentioned before, they don't do too much, they don't do too little. They have found their spot and they are viable in the best way possible. They get you out of tricky situations, they don't break the crucible. I mean, it's a win-win, right? So again, Bungie, leave these things be. Don't do nothing, please, 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 and I'm sure we'll all be happy as a community. But now I'm flipping the mic over to you. Let me know your thoughts if you've been rocking out with the call. Do you guys vibe with it? Do you not vibe with it? What's your perfect role? What's not your perfect role? Again, let me know all that great info down in the comments below. It's been your boy Cray. I'm signing off, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.